welcome to an episode of Morning Market Call. I'm your host, Dave Wood. With me today is Elizabeth Keeler, first-year MBA student out of BYU's fabulous MBA program. Thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure. So
we're going to talk a little bit about competition, specifically case competitions. Now, I understand you're recently involved in one. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We're on a team that competed at the human capital competition out at Vanderbilt.
So human capital, I think human is people, capital is money. You have money or people, which one is it? It can be both.
It really is both. You know, human capital has a lot to do with, anything to do with your people issues. And so that can include talent, learning and development, all those sorts of things. The reason it's such an important issue these days is that it really represents an opportunity for a company to kind of tap into that potential, specifically in a knowledge economy. There is a lot of capital there that we're not always utilizing.
Interesting. So you were involved in a human capital case competition. Where was it and who was involved?
It was at Vanderbilt University out in Nashville, and there were about 25 teams that applied, I believe, and they chose 10, and so we went out there and competed.
Wow, that's fantastic. And how did our BYU people do?
We felt like we nailed our presentation. We felt fabulous about it. We did not crack the top 3, so they only placed the top 3, and I feel like we got pretty close to being in the top 3, but we felt very good about it.
Okay, fantastic. So basically, Vanderbilt hosts this for various companies that come. They use this as a recruiting tool. Is that right?
That's right. So GE and Deloitte are the ones that really sponsor this event, and so they use it to kind of bring people from the top HR schools across the country, kind of the top students in those programs, and gain exposure to both companies through that.
So I know you didn't actually win, but what do you get if you win?
If you win, you get $10,000.
Oh, nice. So okay, so aside from those, meager benefits of winning, we've got lots of people in the MBA program, in the business program. They hear about this and other case competitions. I've got 18 credit hours. I've got maybe a job. I've got a family. My wife sometimes wants to see me at home. Why would I choose to spend even more time and more of my own money doing a case competition?
Yeah, those are really good questions. I really felt like in my first semester of the MBA program, I decided to do this case competition, and those 10 days before the case competition, they were insane. But that was the most learning that I had in my entire semester.
Well, don't tell any of the professors that. They wouldn't want to know that most learning was outside of the program. Okay, please continue.
No, I mean, you for 10 days, you work in a very tight-knit team under a ton of pressure, and the curve is just very steep. I don't think you could sustain that for much longer than 10 days, but no, I would recommend it to anybody.
Interesting. And you didn't mention the $10,000 if you win part, right?
Well, I'm not going to say that wasn't a motivational factor for me, but.
All right, so can you give me 2 or so highlights from the case competition in Vanderbilt?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think from a professional standpoint, it was just really great to meet people from all over the place who are really passionate about human capital issues and have that exposure to Deloitte and GE. And from a personal standpoint, I'm going to have to say that line dancing at the Wild Horse Saloon was kind of top of the list.
Did you just say Wild Horse Saloon?
I did. I said Wild Horse Saloon.
Okay, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Wild Horse Saloon and human capital case competitions. And $10,000. Well, thank you, Elizabeth, for being with us today. That has been another riveting episode of Morning Market Call. Join us next time, and you can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks.
Morning Market Call is brought to you by the Marriott School of Management in cooperation with the Brigham Young University Department of Communications. MMC is made possible by generous donations from Larry Tasjan and Gary Williams. This show was produced by Jeff Butler, David Wood, and Doug Mumford, with line producing by Beth GRIMMETT. For more information, please follow us on Twitter and Facebook.